Good morning, guys. This video is going to be on a couple of moments that I've picked out that occurred in the KC versus Fnatic games 1 and 2 that kind of derailed what KC was trying to do. And honestly, some of these mistakes were just things that happen in Tier 2. And if they happen in Tier 1, especially this late in Tier 1 where it's like, this is the finals weekend. Yeah, if you're doing these kinds of mistakes, you're not winning anything. Like, you're just not. Either that or your region's just incredibly bad. So, in the first game, I think the most notable one going into it was Yike enters the river. Now, his support is lagging behind, right? Like, you see him, he's like right here. Varus is first on wave, but he's taking the wave. Cassante, he's here, and Bessa clearly has the inside track. So already, from the get-go, as a jungler, you already know going into this is bad. 2, no TP. Galio has TP. So again, unless she can cancel that, it's a little awkward. Even if they know that this guy is behind the Alistar, the fact that Mbessa is first in the river, the fact that Kais is not showing on the wave, there's just a lot of alarms going off that says, like, there's some pretty scary risk to this play, by the way, right? So he goes in, now obviously at this point, it's like, oh god, like, he probably should insta-R the second Wukong goes in and, like, try to get out, right? Like, even trying to go for the W here is just like, oh lord. So they go in. He barely survives because of redemption. I mean, that is very lucky that it turned out that way. And he gets out, and he has Sundered Sky, so, like, he gets some good healing, which is nice. And they use their ultis, and they kill this guy. And so it looks like, okay, that's not bad. The only thing, again, is that TP advantage comes into play, and Upset actually baits them into fighting. And even though it's a little scary for him at first, because he has flash, he gets out. And also, if you notice the Varus, this is another mistake. Kalist thinks everything is fine, so he's going back. But it's like, just make sure the boys are okay. Like, he's still running this way, and he even sees a TP coming this way. And it's like, you have ulti still. Like, honestly, I thought he actually used ulti prior. He didn't even use ulti here, so he could do a lot of help for them to at least, like, get people out. Completely abandons them. Just absolutely does not give a shit. And then Upset, obviously, ruins them a little bit here. Now, it gets even better because I'm going to let this play out just a little bit, in that the entire time, the only advantage you get from this is, okay, you got to pick, and Ori's denying top wave and hitting plates, right? So, of course, the plates end now, but, like, she got some advantage, right? Cool. The problem is she comes back after getting that advantage and immediately dies. And it's even on a timer where her lane, like, they're playing for Herald. So there's, like, no value, by the way, for him to be here. It is, again, another tier 2 mistake in that don't try to do multiple things at once. If you try to hit this turret, by the way, if Alistar's here and he just comes over, it's even worse, right? Like, you're not playing for the turret, you're playing for this. So everyone's playing in this area, not up here. And you know that they're also probably doing drag, but still, like, you gotta be worried. Like, this is, like, not, like, the safest thing to do, per se, right? And he dies. And so now all that advantage that they had for the Ori separately is gone. And that's all. Like, Vladdy screwed up big time. Kalist kind of screwed up. Yikes screwed up. Like, in the end of the day, like, you can't be making these mistakes, or else obviously, like, they just get random advantages. Then we go even further, and this one's a little bit harder to see initially, especially when you're watching the games, but they have Baron, right? They're waiting for Kana to revive, and of course, like, this guy's pushing out top. Now, the thing is, these guys can be 5 strong, right? Though they do know that, like, the tempo of their opponents, like, okay, we have Baron recall, so we're up 4 seconds on them no matter what. So one simple thing that they could easily do, like, obviously these guys pan out to the right, and they also know that the Alistar is killing this pink, so he's, like, mega behind. And the Wukong actually moves up. Maybe he's doing Krugs. So, like, you can make a few assumptions that 2 of these members on Fnatic are going to be behind on the map. So one thing that probably should happen is Ori should finish out pushing top wave. Like, instead of doing her base here, you probably can assume that nothing bad's going to happen up here based on the vision you have already, right? Like, it's pretty damn good. Like, maybe there's like, no, it's really good. He definitely could do it. So he should push another wave here and base, because you're waiting for him anyways. And that at least buys you some time on the map, like, for progressing. Okay, so he doesn't do that. That kind of sucks. So the wave is just stuck there. Okay, what does he do next? Again, you're still a little bit up tempo, so he actually probably could rush into bot and again push the wave. But we're full stacking in the bot jungle to be late to bot wave to do nothing off mid wave. Which, I mean, to be fair, they're not really going to do much off mid wave until Kana's back up. And once you see Mbessa showing top, at that point Kana should probably directly go top. Like, you can't play 2 lanes because someone has to answer it, right? So he fully pushes in, and then Kana has to late rotate. Then they do a TP catch play, which, to be honest, is not like the worst idea per se, right? Like, oh, we're trying to catch this guy out. Kind of gets out. Kind of sucks that he like really does make it. I don't know why Yike went this way, by the way. Yike should be going this way. This makes no sense why he did this. He could have just sat here too, and it would have been better. But whatever. Okay, so this guy gets out. Once he gets out, someone needs to take the top wave because it's safe. That should be Orianna. He TP'd. He has TP'd. So Orianna should go top and push this out. You're already going to lose the mid wave. Like, that already happened. This bot wave's already pushed. And Kana can base and run down here and start collecting it. And then she's going to shift over, and you're going to try to play 2 lanes. Either way, you need to do something to fix the wave states, right? You have to do something to fix the wave states, because look, Kana ends up pushing top, right? So he pushes out top. All right, but like Ori's still top. Like, she needs to go bot. Like, if you're gonna have Ori base to go bot to push that out, and Kana pushes top, and then you're gonna TP bot, like, I guess. But like, either way, one of them needs to make that decision to do it, right? And none of them ever do it, so they never fix bot. And then suddenly Orianna's playing on mid, so Varus has to go bot. Now Mbessa's going to get to push out top again deep. And keep in mind, the reason why this is important is because all the time leading up to Elder, look at the waves. Like, at no point do they have good side waves to properly just move through a lane for the dragon and feel safe to actually go mid and group and, like, move. They can't ever do that. Like, even in this case, like, before Elder's spawning, it's like, okay, Kana has to go back top to answer. Kana's like one of our best like defensive players to like let us move in, face check. Oh, can't do that. Mid wave is shoved in. Well, Kana has to go mid because if they try to go through bot the way they're doing this, like, yeah, they're 4 squad and Kana will have the TP, which kind of sucks. But if he just TPs now or runs bot, I mean, this guy could just hit this. And then, yes, they might get control of this, but now you're just losing mid for free, and then she's going to just run behind you. So, like, it's a lose-lose situation they put themselves in, all because of their wave management prior. And, of course, obviously, yes, like, he just, like, runs into the Galio, which is, like, stupid. But, like, irregardless, if Braum was the one doing this, the map state is still really rough. Like, it's still a very hard fight and contest from the do. And, again, it stems from that one point. So, okay. In these 2 games, in the first game, you know, you had a pretty major bad, like, fight, bad situation with Yike approaching the river when he didn't really have the numbers yet. And then it turned okay, but then you didn't really play to get out together, which didn't really make any sense. Like, I mean, they could all just exit through the right line bush into mid, and that probably would have been way better than them trying to go back into their jungle. And then we have this situation with the wave management, which is a little bit of a tell that you just aren't really working well as a team. And then we continue, and we go into this, and this gets even worse. This is probably the worst thing I saw by them that tells me that they don't know what they're doing, in a way. So, like, we have Grubs coming up, right? They don't have control of top. But if you look at their 2v2 on mid, yes, okay, Vi Talia is strong as a 2v2. Yon J4 is okay. It's very playable, right? It's definitely a playable 2v2. The Rumble is shifting over. Why does Yike cover this area? I have no idea. If the Vi wants to come up here and move through the dual lane, she can. But personally, if your Rumble's going to shift over, take the 3v2. Like, play on this next wave and take the 3v2, and you're going to shift over, and then when they try to move down this way, it won't work because you have the numbers, right? But they don't do that. Instead, Yike just starts the grubs. They never fix the bots, like their duo situation. Now the Yone moves over because Rumble's going to take over mid, but they can't move through this because they never secured this area. They never took the pink. They're playing a wave. They're playing too fast. They need to play on this wave, then do the grubs. That's what they should do. And even though it sucks for Rumble in a way that he might be sacking bot, he's up CS already, and you're getting all 3 grubs. Like, this just makes the map play a lot simpler, okay? Doesn't do it. All right. So he just starts the grubs, and then Rumble starts moving down, because Rumble wants to get the wave. The only thing is, at this point, it's like, well, one, if we're committing the way we just did, yeah, Connor probably should not go back bot yet. So he gets 1. Now, if you're playing for just to get 1, sure. He can literally get out, and Rumble will catch the wave, and it is what it is, but of course the situation with top lane is going to be awful still. He goes back in. They recommit. Again, the bot lane is getting pushed out. Ezreal loses his E a second time, which takes quite a bit of mana. And at this point, Razor could just go in now, if he really wanted to. He honestly probably could just go in at this point and start creating a situation that turns into a pretty awkward fight because the enemy duo is just so far away, like really far away. So they don't go in. Like it takes them a little bit to go in, and they actually get out, and they lose a bunch of ultis, they lose a bunch of flashes, and it could have turned out a lot worse. So like Casey's pretty lucky it didn't turn out nearly as bad, but this is just so awkward how they played out the grubs. Then you go into this situation, and actually this is like one of the better like fights they took in the game. It's like, okay, we get into Sion. Yes, like it's not the most like promising target to go on, but you're trying to create a situation, right? The Ezreal's like literally in the perfect spot. Like honestly, this guy is gonna 1v9 where he is. Like nobody's gonna touch him. He's gonna do a ton of damage. So like you're playing off Ezreal, right? Obviously, he should probably not throw his Q there yet because like now he just loses DPS for 3 seconds. But regardless, you know, he's in a great position. The Rumble ultis, and it's not too bad. I mean, it splits them up, right? So now they're 3 and they're 2, so that's what the Rumble ulti did. And at this point, Yike should just go on this guy. Like, because like they're spread out this way, and these guys can never just run into these two, he should just go on the 3 on the left. And so he does, and he dies, but they get up 1, and they actually just briefly overchase. But so far, it's been pretty good. Like, I like that Yike did try to go in. It sucks they didn't. I don't know if he has ulti yet, or like why he didn't just use ulti, because he should just ulti these guys right away. By the way, like, you should just walk in once this happens, just ulti on top of these guys, EQ out, and you're good to go. So you kind of played that badly. Yeah, I think he died before he could even. Yeah, so Yike screwed that up. But like the idea to go in is correct. And then this is where Kalist screws up, because Kalist is focused on killing him, when the reality is he's a dead player in this entire situation now. If he focuses on these guys, this is what you want. You can clean these guys up. But he doesn't. He goes on Sion. So he goes on Sion, and now he has no way to really join this fight again, unless he flashes over, which he really doesn't want to. Then he uses his R, but this guy had cleanse, so like you couldn't really actually connect on it. And then he goes on the Sion, who again is a dead pick, and he actually ends up killing himself. And that was it. Like, luckily enough, he's able to get this guy, but like that could have been a way better fight situation for them if they just played it better. And then finally, we get into this, another fight situation where, like, yes, there's probably some things that happened earlier that, you know, you could really talk about. For this one specifically, you know, your Leona's hiding, it's like lagging behind. You're playing for the fight. 2-2 dragons, it's a close match. If they get Baron, it's not like it's game over or anything like that. Like, the Baron will lead into the dragon, but it'll be like mostly over by then, so it's not that bad. Your Ezreal just needs to poke. Let him poke. Rumble R, poke, play it slow, Give your time for your Leona to connect and play it out. Don't instantly go in because you're just going to die. No one else can do anything. Your Leona's not even there yet. That's all they have to do. So look, poke. Then Ezreal could, like, Rumble R, this is great. Ezreal can keep throwing poke. He has E and his flash, so if she ever tries to go in, and she has no flash, by the way, so it's not like Vi can just Q flash R. So, and, I mean, really, no one can do anything. None of them have flashes. Like, this is amazing. Hell, if he wants to, he could literally position this way, and, like, go on to upset 1v1 with Yone moving over, and he could easily just trap a couple people here, and it's still pretty damn good. Like, there's a lot of great options for KC. But instead, why does he go in? It's 5k. We're playing for the fight. Like, that should be the mindset. So he goes in, instantly kills himself. No one can really follow up now, because he just went too deep. And that was it. The Baron's over. Yeah. And that was their chance. That was actually such a good chance for them to really ruin Fnatic and just, like, get back into the game, and they just let it slip away. So really, like, what I'm saying is, like, from watching KC, I just, like, just these 2 games, and I know they win game 3, and in game 4 it was, like, basically Kana just getting eviscerated by Oscar 1v1. But in these 2 games, it really shows that KC just completely fell apart as a team. Like, you're making mistakes that you make in tier 2. You're not fighting as a squad and understanding how far you should extend into fight situations. And if you can't do that, like I said, you know, you're going to lose. Like, at this level, you're 100% going to lose, and it's not going to look good at all. So that's just my take from what I was watching live for the matches, for the series. And I don't know what they're going to do next year. I mean, Kana, like, pretty much plays a standard level. Like, he's pretty, how would I say? He's definitely the most consistent member of all of them. And yes, like, of course, the Aatrox Twin game was unfortunate, but, like, you can really count on him to do the right things for the most of the part. And you just can't really count on everyone else to really do the right things all the time. Like, people get a little too hyped. And obviously, they're rookies, right? So you can give them a little leeway. Targamas, he's been okay. You know, honestly, like, they're just okay. And if they really want to make a change next year, like, they can. But either way, like, they just need more consistency. That's really it. Just become more consistent, and then you will be able to actually compete into these final weekends better. And that's it.